the power forward position.
Now that we have over half of this season completed, Greg, what are you most interested in seeing moving forward?
I'm looking at which teams are going to make that playoff push, right? And which teams are content with slipping into the lottery. A lot will be determined over the next few weeks.
Let's toss it over to the sideline for news on MP's groundbreaking season.
Thank you, guys. This year, we've seen him pile up 50-point performances again and again, and he set a record doing it. He now has the most 50-point games in a single season, another accolade for what's been a jaw-dropping season from him.
I mean, it's been breathtaking. Thank you. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Horford, and it's MP in its small forward.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Guys, one of the more lengthy free agency sagas revolved around Jonathan Kuminga, and many thought his time was up in Golden State. He saw fewer and fewer minutes down the stretch of last season and into their playoff run. But when Kuminga tested free agency, tested potential sign and trade deals, nobody seemed to be the exact right fit. So eventually, he took the Warriors' offer. Guys, we'll see just how long this lasts, but for now, he'll continue to be in that Golden State uniform.
We'll continue to track that story. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Following the three-pointer by MP. Here's Collier. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Clock at 4. Here's Markkanen. Bank shot, no good.
That's a tough start for them offensively. Now just 1 for 5 from the field. They've got to find their groove.
A nice shot by MP.
Talk about a fast start. 4 for 4 right out of the gate.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Now Bailey. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. MP kicks to Horford. Here's MP. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. MP's got 14 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. MP really making a difference here.
Well, he's been lights out from the 3 all night. Perfect time to call a timeout and try to stop the bleeding.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Horford. Kuminga comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Hield subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And Markkanen throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
They set the pick. Markkanen from outside. That ball's off target. It's his third miss. He's made 2 shots from the field. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponents.
Markkanen missing again.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
Here's MP, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Jazz trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Bailey to stop the run. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
A big reason why Bailey went high in the grab. He's a guy who can score without dominating the ball.
A 3 from MP, and he's good on the 3 ball. MP's got 24 points.
And when you got someone putting on a show like this, I mean, in the first quarter, you have got to be kidding.
To the middle. Kessler passes to Markkanen. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Kuminga. Count it! He's got it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's just great awareness. One eye on the clock, one eye on the hoop.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Warriors ahead. And so far through. Some changes. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for George Niang. Markkanen comes in for Anderson. And Bailey's subbed in for Williams. And Golden State also making a change. MP's checked in, setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Butler. Jonathan Kuminga out there with MP. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Hield in at the 2. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Ali LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He scored 68 points, and once again, he was lights out from distance. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Ali, we appreciate the update. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
Shot clock at 5. But Trey. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Their last encounter was in the Bay Area.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts. What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
Bailey passes to Markkanen. Markkanen missing again.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Nailed from three-point land. MP's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Warriors. Bailey passes to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Puts one up from 19. MP grabs the miss.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against Minnesota. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand you need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your thing, your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. Markkanen from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Bailey with the ball. He's got 5. Here's Kessler. It's hauled in by MP.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Curry kicks to MP. Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Markkanen looking it over. Good defense by MP. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. The Warriors on top, running away with this one. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Hey folks, as we get going with our halftime recap, first order of business, the injury status report.
How do you replace a guy like Draymond Green? Everything he gives him, the rebounding, the passing, defense, and he does the little things.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Utah Jazz. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Kyle Filipowski. And it's Kessler in at the 5. That's the group right now for Utah. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
And Curry has it in the corner. And the Warriors, another 3.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Here's Bailey out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Markkanen.
MP's playing like he has something to prove. Strong defense from the youngster.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. The Warriors at last season's trade deadline swinging the deal for Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry said him signing an extension is big. He's committed for this run. It creates expectations, which I love. We all thrive off of that energy in that kind of environment. We are up for the challenge. Back to you, Kevin.
They're clearly all in. Allie, we thank you very much.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Pass to Collier. Shot to stop the run. Back to Markkanen for the 3. They get it again. On the wing, Markkanen. And another shot. Here's Bailey. Here's Collier. Still without a basket. Markkanen a screen on Curry. Here's Collier. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
They double him with MP. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now Podziemski off the mark there with the three-point shot. So, G.A., when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sensabaugh is checked in. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Horford. Kuminga comes in for Butler. Moody's checked in for Brandon Bajemski. And Hield subbed in for Stephen Curry. From the arc, and another three for Golden State.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. To end the drought, and the rejection by MP. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Sensabaugh, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The tricky little pass fake there, working well. MP's got 57 points. Utah shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Sensabaugh. No good on the triple.
And they just can't find a way to...
Oh, he threw that one down!
My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, I miss having those young legs. MP taking full advantage in transition.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Filipowski in the corner. Pass to Sensabaugh. Another miss by Utah. In the corner, it's MP. Again, what an avalanche! That's 62 points, 62!
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, able to put on a show for the ages. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what...
Checked in for Quentin Post. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And something else I've liked has been their ball movement. Always finding the open guy with a better look. That is team basketball.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Payton. Moody is out there with Hield. Then it's Kuminga. And it's MP in at the three.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
So, Tim, let me put you in a different hat here. If you're running an NBA franchise, would you rather build around a guard, a wing, or a big man in today's NBA?
I think I'd go with the wing with size, a guy that can create his own offense and for which there is no great defensive matchup. Those guys, to me, are the ones that can help lead you to the promised land.
Well, that sounds like a good blueprint. And another one falls. Amazing.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. Utah's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. And they double up Markkanen. Puts up a three. And it's Collier missing. And so MP will bring it up for the Warriors. Good, that's another bucket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. Hield on the double team. Back to Markkanen. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. From past the arc. Bailey misses.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, looking at their record, this team will make it 49 wins.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for MP.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
Fades. And another one. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Filipowski, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's too little, too late at this point, but at least they have something to build on going forward.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Now let's send it over to Dominic Hamill.